Hey, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna give you the reply of your questions. So some students have doubts or some need some tips, but in today's video, I'm gonna definitely give you the tips and some of the suggestions they asked me about the exam. So for their upcoming speaking exam or writing exam or the exam related with your writing session. So before starting this video, if you are new on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe this channel because here you can get the opportunity to do free speaking with me or with my team. And also if you are looking for the job interview practices, then definitely we are here to help you out. But only thing what we needed from you, that is, please subscribe this channel. Don't rely on the other channels because we are the only one who is providing you all the stuff free of cost, without any single penny charged. Okay, so now let's get started. But before that, if you are new on this channel, please don't forget or don't hesitate to ask the question, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video with your friend. And also, if this video is beneficial for you, please write down in the comment section. It boosts our team's inspiration, thank you, and motivation too. So now let's get started. This is a question asked by the students, Pawanpreet Singh, because he was asking about, could you help me getting vocabulary for general training writing, both tasks, task one and task one, because their exam is on 16th January. Okay, so for this is general, as you are already aware that general task, only task one is different, right? And because in task one, academic students, they have their uh, type chart or any kind of chart, right, or tables. But in task one, in general category side, on the other hand, have letters also divided in two parts, like formal and informal letter. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the vocabulary, because I know, I saw that there's a very less material for the general training students on YouTube, even though you have it, but not that practical experience from the students or from the teachers, and answers of your questions or doubts like this. Okay, so now let's get started. In task definitely I also covered task 2 for the essay writing. So there also you get what things you need to keep in your mind while sitting in the examination center and attempting your task 1 and task 2. Okay, so this is task 1 for general training students, letter. So very first, in formal letter, so for example, if you have a letter like a formal, you recently stayed at a hotel and had a very unpleasant experience, write a letter to the manager of hotel in your letter, what you consider, right? So here, there's a different type of questions, like opening phrase in, and also in the middle, and at end you have conclusion. Okay, so always when you start with the opening phrase, then you always start with like these. This is kind of a opening phrase for you guys, and if you learn or memorize this, then definitely you will get good marks. And also I will ask you the question at the end. In that way it will help you to understand the topic. Okay, all right, so opening phrase, you should start like always, I am writing to express my concern about stayed at a hotel or at your hotel, and I had a very unpleasant experience. In the same way, I'm writing in reference to my recent stayed at your hotel and had a very unpleasant experience. In the same way, you can also use the word like, okay, I am writing to request information regarding my stay in your hotel at date, what date you stayed in there, and had a very unpleasant experience. Okay, so this is the first thing. You always pick some words from your letter, and this is the very first line. You always take it and had it in your task when you start attempting that. Okay, and also the second thing, you can, if you have a polite request or inquiry about the hotel, right? So then you can, or if you can, investigate furthermore, then definitely you can add the polite request in the way you can, could you please provide the further detail about my request. So what experience you had it about, like why this thing happened to you, is there any reason behind it, like shortage of staff or any kind of other problem, right? So you can always ask that in a polite way. I would be greatly appreciate if you could give me the feedback or give me the reason behind this problem which I faced when I was staying in your hotel. This is kind of a middle phrase, okay? When you are asking about what inquiry you needed about your unpleasant experience, okay? And I would appreciate if you could give me the details of this and this incident, like in the morning breakfast wasn't good, or if you are talking about the lunch or night stay wasn't good, the bed was not good, crumply or smelly, or kind of some, you find some hair or some uh, like kind of a dry crumbs on the bed, right? So dried skin on the web, so anything, whatever you feel, whatever you find, you think like, oh, this is not appropriate, like toilet is not good, or you had a problem with the toilet accessories, so kind of a things you can ask politely, okay? So this is the one thing. Now moving forward, when you are expressing your complaint about the letter, you can also start with like, I am dissatisfied with my stay on this date, whatever date you were there in that hotel. So you can also put that I am dissatisfied with my stay in your hotel on date this, with my unpleasant, very or my very bad experience, okay? I regret to inform you, again because you are doing a complaint, okay? So you can also start with that, I regret to inform you about my stay in your hotel on this to this date, which is very unpleasant, and then you start writing up the reasons why, okay? And the other thing, the third way you can say that, the services provided was far below of my expectation, because sometimes when you are looking for the hotel, when you are looking for to stay in the hotel, you always go with the star rating, right? If you are like in India, I'm not sure, but here when we are looking for any hotel search in any outside abroad countries, like when you are going to um, in Canada or America or any Australia, New Zealand, you always, when you are finding the hotels, because every hotel seems like, looks like a very neat and clean, but when you are going to stay in there, then you can see when you will not not satisfied from the services, like sometimes you call them, they will not pick up the call, when say pick up the call, they will not provide you the services for the things which you required, okay, what you needed, and it was delayed response kind of thing. So many things you can always note down. So this is my concerns, and while you are expressing your complaint, your concerns, you can add up all the points here. So the services provided was far below my expectations. So what type of services, then you can start explaining them, okay? Your bed wasn't up to my expectation, what you think about it, and the toilet wasn't that much good because it was have some stains and spots, right? Something like that, or the glass in the washing area wasn't clean, kind of things you can add up in there, okay? And if you are apologizing for anything what you feel, so then you can say, I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience and caused, then for the reason why you are asking, why you are saying apology. If you are asking about if the letter is related, you are apologizing about the reason what is they will give you in your letter, because there's so many different type of letters where you sometimes complain, sometimes apologize. That is a formal letter. When you are start writing them, then you need to be very specific, very polite, very gentle, very expressive in your letter phrases, okay? Please accept my apologies for the reason you can describe here, and I regret the misunderstanding regarding. So what was the reason you are providing there? So you can also ask them for the regret for that. This is kind of opening phrase for each and every situation when you get your uh, letter. Okay, so journal training students, keep in your mind, pay attention to the topic, whatever letter you got it in task 1. First, understand the topic, what type of letter it is. It is formal letter or informal letter. So formal letter is mainly when you are doing complaints, apologies, or some kind of a regrets you have it, right? So apologies, complaints, or dissatisfaction against like any kind of situation, or you are expressing your concerns about, or you're asking about some kind of a request. Okay, so these type of like for the formal type. But when you are talking about informal, there is kind of a fun related things. You are talking to your family, to your friend, and that way you are ask them like your personal, right? That is in that letters. Okay, so in type 2 we will discuss that formal letter. Before that, if you are new on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe this channel, because here you can get the opportunity to do free speaking with us. Also, if you are new on this channel again, please give us a feedback and watch this video. And if you find this video is very useful for you, then definitely write down in the comment section. Or if you also have any question like Pawandeep Singh, their concern we are discussing here. So if you have any questions like this, then you can also write down in the comment section. I will get back to you very soon, as soon as possible. um Okay, so now we are very close to our end, so you can also say closing phrase, right? So how you can close your writing task. You can always close your writing task as I look forward to your prompt reply, because you are complaining about, so what the hotel manager, they will respond you on the basis of your email complaint, or sorry, letter complaint. So you can also write your concerns in your closing phrase. So in closing phrase, you can always ask them about the prompt reply. So this is these type of phrases, if you learn or memorize, you will definitely get the good marks, good band in your IELTS exam. It's not only for the IELTS exam, I can say in general students, like in your 8th board exam or 10th board exam, or your graduation students, whenever you are writing a letter, whenever you are writing formal or informal letter, then you can also use these phrases. It's not only for the students who is just dealing with the letter in the journal task, but this is for all journal students. Okay, all the students who is still in the school, they are studying, they're preparing, how they can do and how they can start writing a letter. Okay, because as you know, you always have one letter in your exam in when you are in 10th grade or 8th grade or any grade. So you also need to learn about how to write a letter. Okay, so now moving forward to thank you for your attention to this matter. And then very last, you can also say yours faithfully or respectfully too. Okay, so these things you can add up in there. In that way you are closing your writing task. Okay, 1. All right. So informal letter. Now we are discussing about informal letter. But before that, if you are new on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe this channel, and please don't forget to share this video with your friends who is going to appear in IELTS exam, or who is going to appear in any exam like 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard, because letter is always important. That is a part of your English. Okay. So now in formal letter, you can, if this is example, like you recently went to the trip, I will definitely, you can see these example explained, example fully explained letters at the end of explanation of these, or end of these tips and tricks, and your task, important vocab, phrases, vocab. So you can see that everything in the example of this letter. You recently went to the trip, and share your experience to your friend or family. Write a letter to the manager of the hotel. So this is the letter. So how you can express. So very first opening phrase, hope you are doing well. The name, dear ABC. What is the name of your friend, your family, your mom, your dad? Hope you are doing well, starting with that. Or you can also say, I am writing to tell you about the trip. I recently had it on this to this date. Or I hope you are doing well. I'm going to share you about my trip. I recently had it like on 5th January to 10th January, right? Or 11th or 12th January, like this. And you can also say that it's been ages since we last spoke, like this. In this way you can say, oh, our letter was last maybe month back or 2 months back or 3 months back, so it's been ages since we last spoke. So I'm glad to tell you about my trip experience, which recently I had it on the date. So in that way, like, you can start. Okay, so this is kind of opening phrase, how you start with your first line. Okay, now, if you are giving some birthday invite or anniversary invite, marriage anniversary, home ceremony, right? So, how you can invite them, how you start the opening phrase for that type of letters, okay? So, why don't we meet on like ABCD house ceremony or their birthdays, okay? Or I would love for you to join us. This is how the way you can say, why don't we? This is kind of a when you are making a plan and letting them know that we are going to make a plan to meet on this and this date. And I would love for you to join us on this birthday party which you scheduled on the time, okay, date and time. So, and then you can say like, let me know if you can make it on this date, because I'm going to plan some birthday party on this date or this date, or I'm going to plan my trip on this to this date. If you are available, then we can make it, or if we are not, then we can just postpone and plan to make it some other day. Okay, and if you are sharing some news or information, right? So how you can open your letter in that cases. So when you are sharing your news or information, then you can always start with like, you will never guess what happened. Okay, that is kind of, oh, you saw some kind of a star, or you got a good marks or grade which you did not expect, or you will never guess what happened in my trip which I recently had it on this to this date. Okay, and the second way you can also say, I thought I would share some great news with you. Like, the news is you're going to plan to go to the trip, and that is on this to this date. Okay, and then here is something you might find useful, because I'm going to the place which you already planned for your trip. So I'm also planning to go there. So something you might find useful if you can also schedule or free your time to come to join me on my trip too. So this is how you can share news information and ask them some if they want to join you. An informal letter is the another way where you have differently closed the phrase. Closing phrase is completely different in there. Okay, when you are closing your phrase, use the phrase, when you are closing your letter, use the phrase like, take care and write back soon, or looking forward to catching up, or best wishes, or looking forward to hearing you back soon. Or you can add up in there what type of things you think like you need it or you want. Okay, and then best wishes, best regard. This is kind of a respect. Okay, respectfully kind of things you can add it in there at the end when you are closing to your phrase. Whatever you keep you get memory in your memory that time, you can use that words in there. Okay, all right, so now it's time for the example. But before that, if you are new on this channel, then definitely I'll ask you, if you like this video, if you think this video is useful, then definitely please give us the comment in the comment section and like the video. If you don't like this video, if you think like this is not a useful video for you, then again please write down the comment so that we can get some feedback and then improve ourselves, and I can improve my team, because we are here to help the community free. If you are asking us how much, I know there's a many centers outside, they were charging a lot of money teaching English, but we are serving this for our community very free. So for that, we always ask the students, please give us your feedback. How do you feel? If you think something improvement is required, then definitely let us know in the comment section. We will improve. And also, if you find this video is very useful for you, then definitely please give us a thumbs up and also the comment. In that way, that comment is boost the energy of my team too. All right, so moving forward to the example, as I mentioned, I will explain the example at the last, formal and informal letter both side. So this is the example for your formal letter. So there we already discussed that you recently stayed at a hotel and had a very unpleasant experiences. Write letter to your management manager of the hotel. In your letter, you describe the problem you faced during your stay, explain why these issues were disappointing to you, and then suggest what the hotel should do to improve its services. Okay, so this is the question you need to consider in this 20-minute task. Okay, this is 20-minute task. You need to only spend 20 minutes. If you will spend more, then you have a less time for your next task. And always keep in your mind, it needs to be 150, between 150 to 180 words, not more than that. If you will increase the length, then again it will not be like the, if it seems interesting to the examiner, then you will get the 8 plus or 9 band, like the way I put that all the information, vocab words for you guys, how to use the open phrase, how to use the vocabulary, and how to use the linking words too. So look at this. This is, take it as example and prepare yourself. And I also ask you the question in my next informal, what do you feel, the opening phrase about what is the vocab words I use there or linking words I use over there. Okay, now let's get started. The answer of this letter is, dear manager, I am writing to express my concern, that is our opening phrase, about the unpleasant experience that is from the question I encountered during my recent, encountered the problems you face. That is again, I encountered the vocab word during my recent stay in your hotel in January 5th to 7th, 2025. Okay. I had selected your hotel based on the reputed standards. Usually, reputed standard means the stars, or you can have some verbal chat or verbal experience someone shared with you, and on the basis of that, you just book the hotel. So, reputed standard and the positive reviews, that is again the vocab word, reputed standard vocab word, but unfortunately, that is again linking and vocab word. Um, the services provided were far below my expectations. Okay, because that is, you are sharing your experience, right? So it's disappointing, right? So first, linking word, opening also, the room condition was unacceptable. Okay, what you always see, the room should be very clean, bed should be very clean without crumple, toilet clean, all with all the accessories, towels, right? The bed liners had visible stains. So stains is again vocab word. Visible stains, dag dhabbe, right? And bathroom emitted, also emitted is also a vocab word. I will definitely put that also blue. Unpleasant odor. Odor is smell. Okay. Unpleasant means friendly smell. It's not a friendly smell. Unpleasant means bad smell. Okay, and which clearly demonstrated a lack of proper housekeeping. So, housekeeping is again a vocab word, like the assistants when you see in the hotels, they will clean up, usually clean up your room. Okay, furthermore, again, I will definitely add this also blue, because this is kind of a again your linking word. The air conditioning was malfunctioning, making it difficult to sleep and sleep comfortably. So that is again the problem. Secondly, opening phrase again with linking word. The restaurant services was subpar, below the expectation, right? Despite waiting means long time waiting. Again, the vocab word. For over 45 minutes, I was served the wrong dish. The staff dismissive again, vocab word means attitude and unprofessional behavior. So, unprofessional vocab word, behavior were deeply disappointing. These issues were detrimental to the experience. Uh, this is also kind of a vocab word. Detrimental means you determined, okay? And also, I expect, strongly believe, I expect what you expect, right? Next is I strongly believe. This is again the opening phrase that regular maintenance checks should be conducted to ensure all the room facilities are in proper working condition. And additionally, again the linking word, your keeping housekeeping team must undergo through the training to adhere to high cleanliness standards, improve the restaurant, and restaurant efficiency and customer services is also crucial is important. That is again vocab word for enhancing the overall guest experience. I hope you will take immediate step. This is again the closing, as we saw that in our formal letter, how to close that. I hope you will take immediate step to address these concerns and prevent such incidents uh, in the future. And yours faithfully. So this is how you can use the linking word, vocab word, and this is your band 9, okay, 8 plus band letter, formal letter, because in that way you can clearly see your opening phrase, your linking words, you can see your vocab words, right? Stains, malfunctioning, and dismissive, these all are the subbars. So these, despite waiting, so these all are the vocabulary words. And firstly, secondly, add on that, furthermore, additionally, so these all are, you are not the repeated word in your letter, okay? So this is the one example, 8 plus band, your letter is this. You need to, this is the example, so in that way you can also prepare your letters, and then mark yourself and uh, grade yourself. Is your letter, it seems like this. Write down the letter and then highlight the words which you think like, okay, this is matching with those, these all statements, okay? Now this is exercise for you. Check this knowledge check, I can say that. Check this letter. This is the informal letter type example. So I need you to highlight the words in the comment section when you are watching this video till the end. After that, write down in the comment section informal letter first. Your word opening phrase is, I hope this letter finds you well. This is the first word. And if you find any kind of a vocabulary word in this letter, then definitely you should highlight that too. Firstly, furthermore, kind of, I will not say anything, but this is your exercise. So just read, go through all this first, all the email, all the letter, and then write down the words which you find in your comment section, okay? Like this, these are the words, linking words, opening phrases, vocab word. I need the three things from you. In on the basis of that, I will just analyze where you are at in your learning, okay? So that's all I have it for the letter side, task 1. Now we are going to start for the task 2. So that is again important vocabulary words. For this is for academic and journal students, both of the both students, they can see the video and implement that in your writing task too, because it's kind of a very important vocabulary word which you can use in your in your essay task, okay? So how to start, how to open your essay. So introduction phrases, okay? So when you start introductory phrases, then you should start like, it is widely believed that now in these days, like global warming, okay? The topic is global warming. So when you are talking about the beliefs, so then you can start with it's widely believed that, or there's a no doubt that global warming is affecting the earth, right? At this point everybody is affected by the global warming, right? Or you can also start your your essay task. This essay will discuss both views for is global warming affected the human being as well as the mammals or the animals or everybody, okay? And provide my opinion how we can prevent that, okay? So the last, you can also open your essay with the phrase like the purpose of this essay to examine the main problems of global warming, okay? So in that way you can open your phrases. So the linking words which you can use here in your essay task, because we are talking about the vocabulary, right? Phrases, vocabulary, because in the basis of these two things, you can get your high band in your writing task. Okay, so adding in like information. Okay, so adding information like furthermore, moreover, in addition, or additionally. Okay, so these type of words you can do not repeat next, next, or and like again and again. Okay, so you need to change in every line, in every paragraph. So whenever you are adding something, in addition to that, in add on that, in furthermore, or moreover, or additionally, these words you can use that in there. When you are talking about the examples, don't use the same word example or for example. Always use such as to illustrate, okay? This type, for example, or for instance, for example, or such as, or like, to illustrate. These type of words you can use that when you are talking about the example. When you are talking about the contrasting, okay, so contrasting means however, when you are contradictory statement, okay, or when you are saying on the other hand, दूसरी तरफ हम ये कह सकते हैं however, हम at the last हम ये कहते हैं, और nevertheless क्या है, मतलब हम no matters, okay, so no matters हम इसके ऊपर डिस्कस करते हैं या ये बता सकते हैं, ये बोल सकते हैं, और although or despite, okay? Showing cause and effects like therefore, as a result we can see the consequences, okay? Or consequently you can see the results of this, like no rain no gain, right? Droughts you can see thus or due to. So these are the word when you are talking about the problem or effects, okay? And summarizing, when you are talking about the summarizing, then you can use the words like in conclusion, to sum up, or overall in the summary. So these type of words are vocabulary words, are really useful. Learn and memorize that, so in that way you can get high score in your writing exam. And common phrases and argumentative, when you are talking about the arguments, because there's a different type in your task, right? So when you are talking about the arguments, then you should always start with one of the main argument in favor of this, why the, suppose the topic is ocean acidification is impacting our day-to-day life, okay? This is kind of a topic which is really important now, and this is one of the topic where people are not serious because they do not understand about what is ocean acidification, okay? So that way, if you can get the problem like that, then you can start with always the opponents of this view believes that this is not a like very, like if you can say the problem is not a small problem, it's a very huge and high problem for us in the future, okay? Or while some people argue that on other beliefs that like ocean, like the car emission, the petrols, and the smoke from the cars is not affecting the ocean, but that is wrong. Everything, energy level, sources, everything is effective, okay? So in that way you can give the argument with opening statement like some people argue that, but other believes that. Okay, you can put your information here. When I put the three dots means your information goes after that. Okay, when you put this statement other believes that, then three dots means you can put that your information after this. It can be argued that again your statement, and always statement you can see at the essay topic title. Okay, so what they were talking about. So in the vocabulary word we can use that, you can use that in your opinion essay is in my opinion, or you can also start like I strongly believe that, then three dots means after that you can put your opinion, or in my opinion, again three dots. Okay, in my opinion, or I strongly believe that this is, or am firmly convinced that, again you believe your belief in there. From my perspective, the most significant factor is again your your reason, what you are and why you are saying. And last, it seems to me that this is not a small problem, it's a big problem in our upcoming, for us, for our generations too. Okay, in that way you can use this vocabulary. And next, you can also, if when you are providing the problem solutions, that time you can use the vocabulary word. One of the major problem is again three dots means you can put the problem, like why ocean acidification is causing the problem. What is a major problem? Okay, because corals uh, are dying. Okay, so we only talking about the people who is living on the earth, not in the water mammals or animals. So we need to think about above and beyond, right? ऊपर के लोगों के बारे में भी हमको सोचना है, और बिलो जो वाटर के अंदर, धरती के अंदर रह रहे हैं, उनके बारे में से why they were and how they were affected. One of the major problem is like pollution, right? You can start again talking about like what you think, what you discuss in your essay. Okay, this issue can be addressed by, then again your reason. Okay, and then to tackle this problem it is essential to aware the young generation, young minds, so that they are aware and they can start working on that. An effective solution to this problem could be, then you can put their efforts like what. Okay, now this is all about the vocabulary of your I can say the problem solution. Now, the last but not least is kind of a vocabulary for your advantages and disadvantages. Okay, and also I will talk about at the end like useful vocabulary words. So, vocabulary for the advantages and disadvantages. So, what type and how you can start. So, the main advantage is, then you can put your example on the basis of your title, what the title you have it in your exam. Or one of the most significant drawback is, again you can put your suggestions there. In we are talking about the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, despite the benefits there are some downsides, such as, then you can talk about the downsides. The primary benefits of this approach is, again three dots means you can put that approach, what you are thinking about it, because you are talking about the advantage and disadvantages. Okay, so in that way you can give your clear message to the to the examiner. Okay, all right, so moving to the next is formal words, what the formal words you can use in your both tasks. Okay, both tasks means in your writing task, both in your writing letter, journal candidates for you, and also essay task, academic and journal, because both you're going to attempt this task to essay, right? So what is a journal vocabulary words you both need to keep in your mind while going to attempt your IELTS exam? So formal words which you can use, that significant. Okay, crucial means important, beneficial means benefit. Okay, what benefit you can get, impact, mitigate, determinant, determinable. Okay, so what you determined about the situation. Allocate. Okay, that's next word is allocate. So these all are the formal words which you just drink it, I can say, just memorize it, drink it, learn it, because this is not only for the task you need to just attempt here, but when you are going forward, when you just went to abroad, any of the country, New Zealand, Canada, Australia, America, and whatever country you decide to go, there you use these words in your journal speaking too. So please learn and memorize. And descriptive words, what you can use, what you need to learn about: efficient, convenient, challenging, effective, expensive, and affordable. These are the words which we usually see very commonly in countries like abroad, okay, countries like America, Australia, New Zealand, okay, Canada also. And also academic words which you use in your, like, in your chart or in your table, that is analyze, justify, highlight, indicates, purpose, suggest, emphasize. Okay, so these words in academic words which you need to, these formal and descriptive word for both, and academic word specifically for your table is analyze, justified, highlight, indicate, purpose, suggest, emphasize. So these words are very important for your vocabulary, both point of view, journal and academic students. Please learn this, practice this. If you need my help here, I'm always here to help you out for as best as I can. But again, if you are new on this channel, my request is to please subscribe this channel, share this video with your friends. If you find this video is useful for you guys, please give it a thumbs up, and also write down in the comment section. It encourages the motivation and boost and inspiration and enthusiasm of my team, so that they can make and help you, help the community like this. Okay, so please don't hesitate or forget to give us a comment or feedback of this video, and please don't forget to subscribe or like. If you even though if you don't like this video, I completely okay with that. I'm not saying only you need to just like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, just dislike the video, but again, please dislike and give us the feedback why you dislike this video. Okay, in that way we can improve, because this is the community where we are serving free of cost, without any penny of charge. Okay, but again, we only need from you the feedback, and then we only need from you that like or dislike, if you, whatever you feel after watching our videos. Okay, thank you very much for watching this, and I'm always here to help you out with that. And also we have many students. Thank you very much, students, for your cooperation and your enthusiasm to reaching out to us, and uh, request for your speaking and writing and mock test. So we are very packed at this time, but I'm always try my best to reply all the emails which I, if I, whenever I see that. So sometimes it's very hard for me to reply on the same, not sometimes, most of the time it's very hard for me to reply your emails or messages right away, because we are behind the zone. So I'm not in Indian standard zone, I'm in America, so we are in Pacific. So when you have a day over there, we have night here. So it is very hard to catch up on the same time, but definitely whenever I see, I always try to respond you as soon as possible. Please don't forget to hesitate to write down the comment and your thoughts in the comment section or in through your email. My email address is also, I always mention, getsuccess66 at the rate gmail.com. Please don't forget to give us the feedback, what you feel about this channel, what you feel about the help or suggestion or the videos. Mostly my videos are always, I'm always prefer to use paper and pens, but again, this, like the video like this, because the students, they ask about their exam is on 16th, so we have only 2 days to give them this information, so that they can just review it and just keep in their mind that what type of questions or what type of things he needs to be careful about while attempting their exam. So best of luck, the student name. I'm very bad at memorizing the names. So Bhavanpreet Singh, best of luck for your exam, and please share your feedback after your exam. How was the exam? What type of questions you had it in your exam? And if you can give us, if you remember the answers of your exam, reading or listening or reading, then write down in the comment section. I will give you the full answer key of your exam. Okay, so please don't forget to share your academic or general students your answer keys in the comment section. So if you, or you can also send me through emails. In that way I will help you to provide you the full answer key, correct answer key. In that way you can see what type of answers you gave it in the exam and what is supposed to be. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video, and if you have any question, don't forget to write down in the comment section. So thank you very much to staying with me for a long time and bear with me to listening to me all the time. And I will see you in the next video. If you have any question, concerns, feel free to write down in the comment section. Please don't forget to give it a review. And thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you. And best of luck for your IELTS exam. Bye.